Hi, boys and girls. For today, for reading, we're going to read a story called How Full Is Your Bucket? For kids. How full is your bucket? What's this story going to be about? Felix was putting one of the last blocks on his tower when his little sister came in. "I want to build with you," she said. Felix scowled. "Go away. You're too little." "I'm big," she says. "Stay back. You'll knock it over," said Felix. "I can be careful," said his sister. "Go play with your baby toys, Anna." That made Anna mad, and then, whack, look what she did. She kicked down the blocks. "Grandpa!" Grandpa shook his head. "Felix, you just dipped from your sister's bucket. Like everyone else, Anna has an invisible bucket. When it's empty, she feels bad. But when it's full, she feels great. Didn't you ever notice your own bucket?" Invisible bucket? Sometimes Felix couldn't quite tell when his grandfather was joking. But the next morning when Felix woke up, there it was, a small gray bucket floating over his head. When Felix came down to have breakfast, his mom was in a hurry. "I've got a meeting this morning. It's almost time to go," she said. "Anna, sit still," Mom said as she tried to fix her hair. Felix slipped and cocoa wheat scattered across the floor. "Felix," his mom yelled, "you should have used the stool to reach that." Felix could feel his bucket tip and invisible drips start to drip out. Drip, drip. "Ha ha," Anna laughed as she crunched cereal under her shoe. "Get the broom and clean up before you miss the bus," scolded Mom. When the school bus was honking, Felix quickly swept up the cocoa wheats and grabbed the last blueberry muffin. But before he could even take a bite of the muffin, Buster jumped up and grabbed it out of his hand. Drip. Another drip out of his bucket. "Hey, look at Felix's new backpack. My baby brother has one just like it," teased a boy on the bus. Drip. There goes another drip. Felix sees these kids over here whispering about him, and another drip. "Watch out, shrimp," said a mean kid in the hallway. Drip. It was still morning, but Felix's bucket was almost empty. Look at how he's feeling right now. That's not a happy face. As he watched his classmates walk into the room, he secretly hoped that they would trip and fall. That's what it feels like when you have an empty bucket. You are grumpy and not happy. Felix slumped in his seat and waited for something else to happen. Mrs. Bumblenickel walked slowly up to the desk and handed him a paper. He could hardly bear to look at it. "Felix, you wrote a wonderful story. Would you please share it with the class?" Felix grinned and felt a big drop land in his bucket. Drop. The class grew quiet. They laughed in all the right places and they oohed about the scary parts. When Felix finally read the end, everyone clapped. Even Emily, who sat next to him and didn't usually like dinosaurs. Felix felt a whole shower of drops land in his bucket. Maybe the day wouldn't be so bad after all. Drip, drip, plop, drip. His bucket's getting full now. He found a note from his mom and his lunch says, "Love you." Drop in the bucket. Team captains today are Veronica and Felix. Another drop in his bucket. "Nice cow." "It's a dog," said Felix. "Well, nice colors there, Felix." Drop in the bucket. "Cool laser ant backpack, Felix." Another drop in the bucket. It's getting more full and more full. By afternoon, Felix's bucket was nearly full. At recess, when he looked around, Felix suddenly realized that his grandpa was right. Everybody else had a bucket too. Let me help you. After Felix dropped his papers. Drop, drop. More drops fill in the bucket. Here's your baseball. Catch. Thanks, dude. Drop, drop. Hi, I'm Felix. Your first day? Yes, I'm Amir. Drop, drop. And look, when he gets drops in his bucket, so does this guy. Whoever's doing the nice thing also gets drops in their bucket. The strange thing was that for every drop he helped put in someone else's bucket, he felt a drop go in his own bucket. Felix burst in the door after school. He shouted, "You were right, Grandpa. I do have a bucket, and I understand how it works." Then he saw Anna's torn doll. "Bad dog," he almost scolded. But then he thought that dogs might also have a bucket, too. "Your doll will be okay, Anna," said Felix. "Mom will fix her." "Wah," says Anna, and her bucket's getting empty. "Until then, do you want to help me build the tallest building in the world with my blocks?" And so they did. And you can see drops going in their bucket as they work together and help each other. So everybody has an invisible bucket that you can't see. And when we say nice things, then we fill each other's buckets. When I say something nice, I fill my bucket, and I also fill the bucket of the person I'm talking about. When I do something nice, it's the same thing. I fill my bucket because I feel good, and I'm making somebody else feel good, so their bucket gets more drops. But it also works the other way. If I decide to say something mean to somebody, then their bucket drips out. And also mine does too, because it doesn't make me feel very good when I'm being mean to other people. You should, in your reading folder, have a paper that looks like this. It says, "I'm a bucket filler." We want to be bucket fillers, do kind things and say kind things for each other. I'm a bucket filler at home when I want you to think of something that you do, maybe to help somebody, something that you say that's nice to somebody. And your adult or your parent can help you fill in the words, and then you can make a drawing to go with it. Maybe you're a bucket filler when you clean up your toys. Maybe you're a bucket filler when you get dressed all by yourself, because that helps your parents. You fill their buckets, and you fill your bucket too. Maybe you're a bucket filler when you help your mom put the dishes in the dishwasher. Maybe you're a bucket filler when you say something nice to your brother or your sister. So whatever it is that you do to help fill a bucket, I want you to have an adult help you write the words, and then you draw a picture to go with it. I also put a link for you to listen to another book about bucket filling on YouTube. Have you filled a bucket today? So it's another different story about bucket filling. All right, you guys, practice being bucket fillers today.